All right, so just before we get started here, I'd just like to say thank you so much to Emily. Emily is the Community-Led Librarian for the Milton Public Library. And when we were thinking about women of influence and how the community could sort of, who is involved in the community, we thought, well, the Milton Public Library is a big part of the Milton community. It's one of the best libraries in Canada, to be perfectly honest with you. And Emily is the one person, the one face I think a lot of people, when they're involved with the community, they notice Emily the most. So thank you so much for doing this, Emily.
It's my great pleasure, and thank you so much for this honor. It's my great pleasure to be here. I work with an incredible team, and it's incredible to be recognized in this way. So thank you so very much.
Well, no problem. It's librarians and just working in a library, I feel like it's something a lot of people kind of want to do when they're kids. It's especially if you're a bookworm. I know I volunteered at a library in high school. That's how I got my volunteer hours, is to be sort of a part-time librarian. And it's one career that a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to get into. It's a lot of schooling. How or when did you know you were going to be in the right career for yourself?
Oh, that's such a great question. I feel like I first had the inkling. My first career was actually as a lawyer, and I clerked for the Court of Appeal, and I worked at a firm, and I always felt so safe and so at home in the library, whether it was the courthouse library or the firm's library. And so when I was practicing, I was realizing that wasn't quite the role that I wanted to play. So librarianship was always in the back of my mind. So after my career there, I ended up going to library school, and my role in public librarianship has been so rewarding ever since. It's been an amazing journey, and it's so great to hear back from folks that feel so comfortable in the library. We really want Milton Public Library to feel like Miltonians' living room, or their hub. It really is their library, and I always try to emphasize that when I'm out and about in the public, that it really is your library, and we're here to help.
It's funny, law and libraries both involve a lot of books. Both proceed very differently.
Very true.
Yeah. So in your career, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment then?
Wow, I think being the community-led librarian, I feel like just as I've been sort of getting my feet under me, I feel like just making sure that, again, people realize that the library is their library. I think one of the most rewarding things that I've done, I would say over the past year and a half or so, is going to different English as a second language class and meeting with the students and letting them know about the library, the different services, the different e-resources that we have available, the in-house materials that we have available, and then just really hearing back from them as to what they need from us as librarians. And one thing that I had heard over and over was that especially the adult learners, they didn't want to read a children's book just because that was the level of English that they were at. And so that really brought it home for me that we do have a new reader collection at the library. And it really brought home for me that this was something that I needed to really amp up, and so that the adults could have resources that would be interesting and engaging, but also at their level as they continue to grow and thrive. And so in that way, it really emphasizes the community-led portion of not only my job title, but the job itself. We're driven by the community's needs, by their wants, by their wishes. It's really about making what's possible through the library.
So you're helping shape a lot of people by helping with that kind of stuff. Are there any moments that help shape you?
Oh, wow, that's such a fabulous question. I feel like in just being out in the community, I've definitely learned more about myself. It's made me grow and change as a person. Whether it's being out on the Go platform at 5 o'clock in the morning, connecting with commuters as we did last summer, whether it's going into Maplehurst and connecting with prisoners, making sure that they have a connection to the library that's in their community, whether it's just connecting with people on the street. And as you said, they recognize me, they know my face. It's really about meeting people where they are. And I think that's helped me build my own confidence, which in turn helps me give back even more. And so it really is this virtuous circle. I just feel so honored and so grateful to have this role, both in the library and in the community.
So a sidestep from that question, would you say you have any mentors in your life that have sort of helped you get to where you are?
Wow, absolutely. I think the library profession itself, it's a very close-knit profession. So I know on my team, there are 4 other librarians that I work closely with, and they've all helped me grow in my role in as much as I've tried to impart the community-led ethos into all of their portfolios as well. The management team at the library, in particular our CEO, Mark Williams, the community-led position was very much his passion and his idea to really bring into Milton Public Library. And so I've just been so grateful to everyone that I work with.
So we've done a lot about talking about you, but this is Women of Influence. Do you have any advice for any young women that are trying to get into the field, whether it's libraries, just in a professional world?
Absolutely. I can only think that the women that are coming behind us, I feel like they are so engaged, they're empowered, they have a voice that I'm not sure that I would have had at their age. And so I get so much inspiration from them. So likewise, I would encourage them just to ask questions, to be bold, to be brave, and to try. I've been learning in the past few years that it's, if it's a no, you're no worse off than where you started. And so just to try, and more often than not, the answer is often yes. And that's such a great platform to meet new people, and you never know sort of who introduces you to whom, and you end up with a brand new partnership or a brand new avenue that you never thought possible. So I would just encourage those women to continue to be bold and to brave and to be themselves.
All right, here's maybe an easy one, maybe a hard one. I don't know how connected you are with the library's calendar, but what does the library have coming up in July?
In July, I feel like we're really getting the curbside pickup service under our belts. We've been at it for a couple of weeks now, and I feel like we're starting to hit our stride. So if folks haven't tried to use the curbside service yet, I would strongly encourage them to give it a try, because we're excited to connect people to the physical resources in the library, as well as all of the electronic resources that we have available now. There's the Chat with the Librarian function on our website. So whether you're itching to get a new read or something that you'd had on hold for a while, I hope that people will give it a try. And we're all learning as things are growing and changing, to try new things. And this is definitely a new step for the library, but we're really excited about it.
And how can people get a hold of the library, whether it's social media, all that stuff?
Absolutely. So I would encourage you to check out our website, beinspired.ca, and also connect with us through social media. So whether on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram at Milton Public Library, we're so excited to engage with folks. And again, that Chat with the Librarian feature on our website is a great way, especially if you've got a quick question, to let us know. And we're happy to help.
All right, Emily Thompson, the Community-Led Librarian at the Milton Public Library. Thank you so much for joining me. And if people want to watch all of our interviews, we're going to have 8 other women, including one that I just finished with Kayla Alexander, a professional basketball player from Milton. That's all going to be at miltonnow.ca, as well as on our Facebook page at 101.3 myFM. Emily, thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Cameron.
All right.